Let's do this.
Hey guys, and welcome to the first ever inaugural Atomicom's rant, or opinion, or review, slash whatever the hell this is. Yeah, this is a nice little side thing I'm gonna be doing, aside from my Let's Plays and all that. You know, there's something newsworthy, well, in my mind is newsworthy, or somebody suggests anything, I'll definitely be able to talk about it, inform some people, you know, tell you about what's going on in the gaming world and all that. So yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright then, so as of today, there was a rather interesting email that I had gotten that involved everybody's favorite blue robot, Mega Man. Apparently, and I'm not sure if this is a rumor or not, it might have been confirmed or not, but I'm not, again, I can't really say too much about it. Apparently Mega Man is going to be in his own theatrical movie, and probably going to be produced by 20th Century Fox and being made by Sherman Entertainment from what I'm reading here. I'll make sure to put a link to the email, or not the email, to the news article in the description below. And even though I haven't really shown it off all that much on this channel, I am a pretty freaking huge Mega Man fan. From playing the games, to the merchandise, to the music itself, I just really love the series. And as we all know, the Mega Man series has been in kind of a slump since 2010. I mean, a bunch of his games got let's see, what's the word for, well, delayed or just straight up canceled and all that. You know, there was like 4 Mega Man games back that had originally started back in 2010, which is like Mega Man Universe, Mega Man Legends 3, that first-person shooter X game, and the Mega Man MMO. You know, all those got canceled over the course of the last 5 years, and then there was that really weird as hell cell phone game that came out that kind of messed with everybody's expectations and all that stuff. So yeah, but it seems he's been making kind of a comeback lately. Not too long ago, it was announced that he was going to be getting a cartoon series as well. Not sure what channel, but supposedly it's going to be made by the same people that made Big Hero 6 and I think the first series of the Ben 10 cartoons, I'm not sure, which is pretty perfect for what Mega Man is. I mean, it involves transformations, involves robots, fighting, and all that stuff, so that's pretty perfect. And then there was also the release of the Mega Man Legacy Collection on Steam and PS4 and Xbox One, which basically has all of his NES games on there, so that's also really good. So he's definitely been making some sort of a comeback, but this is probably the biggest news that's really come out of the series itself, you know, Mighty Number 9 aside. Yeah, so then this is some pretty huge news just to see what the hell we could be expecting from the series from now on. Definitely a lot. I mean, Mega Man has definitely been getting some attention, not in the way we want him to, because obviously it's a video game series. We want to see some Mega Man games. Come on, Capcom, show us where the money is. But yeah, I mean, they've been making a bunch of merchandise, been making a bunch of remix albums and all that stuff, and then apparently he had his own theme park for a little bit, or at least there was a Mega Man themed applied to a theme park in Japan somewhere. I'm not exactly sure, but they had Mega Man styled food and all that stuff, and that was actually pretty awesome. But that's not what we wanted. And the Legacy Collection, whether you like it or not, is pretty much the most recent thing we got out of the series, video game wise. You know, all the cell phone games aside. And yeah, so basically, from what I understand, this is just Capcom's way of reintroducing this generation of gamers and all that to Mega Man. I mean, if you're not a Nintendo fan, you probably don't know. You probably forgot what, okay, if you're not a Nintendo fan, or you didn't grow up in the 80s or early 90s or whatever the hell it is, you probably don't know who Mega Man is, or not too familiar with him, which is the reason why they released the Legacy Collection, so that way people who, because, you know, Mega Man's been, this generation, Mega Man's mostly been a parent on Nintendo consoles, you know, being in Smash Brothers, having all the virtual console games and all that stuff. So that's we all know how that turned out. But PS4 Xbone owners, PC owners also kind of not yeah, they really didn't get much exposure for Mega Man this time around. You know, last generation there was a bunch of it. This generation not so much. So yeah, it's actually this is the cartoon series obviously being marketed towards kids, and then this movie being marketed towards a much wider audience. So that's always cool. But the movie itself, though, which is the main point of this little video that I'm doing right now, just to get things back on track, I'm just wondering how the hell they're gonna go through with this. I mean, it was said that, you know, there's a bunch of Mega Man fans over at 20th Century Fox, supposedly according to the email, and the studio itself that was making the movie itself, Sherman Entertainment. In fact, the email itself even goes as far as saying, and I'll quote this right now, they will be partnering up with Sherman Entertainment to create a fan film based on the franchise that originally began in 1987. Which I don't think it's really, which obviously it's going to be an official film because Capcom's behind it and all that stuff. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure this just means, you know, Sherman Entertainment, them being huge Mega Man fans. I guess I never really heard of this animation studio or whatever studio it may be. Probably Mega Man fans. They know what's up with the series. They know what they want out of it, and they're gonna give us their own interpretation of it. Which, having a fan film, either way, you know, it can be either good or bad, depending on what comes out of it. So I don't know. That's just who's making it and who's producing it, and if this ends up going through, just expect to see 20th Century Fox or 20th Century Fox 20th Century Fox go through with this movie. They'll be making it and producing it and all that stuff. But the biggest thing is how they're gonna the execution of it. It's gonna be most likely kind of like a fan film, you know, from the minds and the imaginations of the fans themselves. But what could they possibly do to adapt a game like Mega Man into a around 90-minute movie? I honestly don't know. It's also this thing with the cartoon series, which, like, because if you played any of the Mega Man games, none of them really have that much story or character to any of them, unless you're doing the X series or the Legends series or something like that, which have a lot of story. There's not really much you could do with it. Because they're pretty much gonna have to start with scratch in that, because there's no real. It's not something like Sonic or anything like that where there's defined personalities, there's defined relationships and all that stuff. Where, you know, it's gonna be kind of hard and kind of fascinating to see how they're able to pull this off. And I don't know. It just interests me. Like, as a Mega Man fan, I'm definitely gonna go see it. Obviously, so there's that. But at the same time, I want to go and see how they friggin' execute this. I'm not much one for putting in my own ideas for something, because I'm not working on the thing, obviously, and it could be pretty far-fetched, and in the end might sound kind of lame. But it depends on if this ties in with the cartoon series that's supposed to be coming out in 2017 as well. I'm not sure if it will. I doubt it will. Because there's a lot of that's been going on a lot lately. Like with Sonic Boom came out, and there's supposed to be a Sonic movie that's supposed to come out next year, supposedly. Then there's that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie the movie that came out recently. It's going to be getting a sequel very soon. And there's also that Nickelodeon show. So a lot of things. And then there's My Number 9 even is doing that. They got announced that there was going to be an animated series and also getting a live action movie of all things for some reason. Game's not even out yet, but that's besides the point. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. It's really a matter of just waiting to see how it all turns out, you know, how the cartoon turns out, if, you know, seeing actual screenshots or all that stuff of the movie. There's a lot of stuff that could go on with this with this series, with this movie and all that. I would think that they could probably adapt either the comics or the manga, the Mega Man Megamix or Gigamix, the mangas and all that, because those are very story driven. Those definitely have some defined personalities and relationships in there. Gives the in-game characters a bit more character than just jump and shoot, and then occasionally that you'll have a cutscene every once in a while. This is definitely going to be a very big project for Capcom to pull off if they're going to try to reintroduce Mega Man to a new generation of gamers. If they mess this up, then that could pretty much be it for Mega Man, because I would say maybe within the next year or so, we'll be getting another Mega Man game, original one. And they're probably going to be basing it off of, hopefully it doesn't end up as bad as Sonic Boom did, but maybe it'll probably have something based off of the game. I hope we get something earlier than 2017, 2016 at least, because of all this news that's been coming out, but who knows. So yeah, new Mega Man movie, whether you're excited for it or not, it's most likely going to happen. Whether you go see it or not is up to you, so put down in the comments below if you're going to go see it, you're interested, what do you expect out of it, and all of that. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you all later.